Hi everyone, I hope everyone's doing well. My name is Adam King, as Lori let you guys know, and thank you very much for having me here to speak today. I am giving you a little bit of a background history about myself. I got two bachelor degrees from SIUE, one in history and one in political science, and I'm working on two master's degrees right now. One is through SIUE, it is globalization economics. And another one, I was very fortunate to be able to work with the United Nations and the Open University of Catalonia in Spain to work on sport for peace and conflict resolution. Lots of words all there, sorry. I learned about Wine to Water as going to a bookstore, which is weird to say, I guess. I like to pick up a book and try to read at least one book a month, and in between all of my classes and everything. And I was browsing through and I saw it. As a bartender, I was very turned on to the fact that it was called Wine to Water, one bartender's quest to change the world. And I was very intrigued and bought it for 20 bucks, and I was like, it's a $20 gamble, let's see what happens. I read it from cover to cover in about 2.5 hours, and I was just very, very intrigued and amazed at what the author was doing. The guy's name is Doc Henley. He's from Boone, North Carolina, and he started Wine to Water, as Lori had said, to provide clean water access to third world countries who currently lack access to clean water. And what they do is very interesting, because instead of going in and building a new well and going through doing it all, saying here's the well, see you later, they will go in, they will see if there are any wells that have been built, and they will attempt to repair those wells first as a cost-saving mechanism. And in addition, either if they repair a well or they build a new well, they will teach the local inhabitants how to manage the well, how to fix the well if something breaks. They work with the groups who are living in that area from the very beginning to make sure that if anything happens, essentially they don't have to go back. They don't have to go back and do all the repairs, because they've taught the people who are living there how to do it. And they provide extra resources for them and leave them there in their care, so that if something does happen, they have the material, they have the knowledge and the know-how and the ability to fix the well themselves. Thereby, it helps not only the organization save money, but it helps to continuously keep the water flowing, for lack of a better phrase. So I was very inspired. This Doc Henley is the president of the company's name, and he was just a bartender who one day just learned that there are so many people who don't have access to clean water, and he was essentially just appalled by that statistic. So he went out to try to change that. And from there he worked with an organization called Samaritan's Purse, and he held a fundraiser which generated about $10,000. And he went to Samaritan's Purse and said, here's this money I want to give to help provide clean water. And the organizing director of Samaritan's Purse said, I'll tell you what, why don't I put you in the field and you can determine how to use that money. And he said it was a life-changing event. And it was something that just really struck me, especially at that point in time whenever I was reading the book. I really lacked a passion for something. I was going to school and doing the grind, and just doing everything you had to do to get your degree or pay your bills, and it was really, really, truly inspiring for me to sit and read this book and just learn about this guy who took an idea that he had just learned, generate money, go talk to someone. The guy essentially offered him a job and the ability to, make a difference, and he, for lack of a better phrase, grabbed the bull by the horns and did it, and he's been going ever since. And it was just very uplifting and encouraging to me to hear about him doing this and why he did it and his thought process. And while he was in Darfur, he was getting shot at, and a number of the workers that he had recruited to work with him were killed. And just to go through his story and learn and hear about all that was eye-opening, I guess, for lack of a better word. And like I had said, I read it from cover to cover. I was inspired, I was amazed, and I just had never really read a story like that. And it really, it turned me on to the idea. So I started researching and seeing what I could do as a bartender who isn't going to go to Africa right now, but what I could do in order to help make a difference. And as I was researching, there was a bartender from New York, his name is Gaz Regan, and he came up with the Just One Shift concept. And Just One Shift was utilizing bartenders from around the world to give up their tips for one shift, hence the name, and donate it to Wine to Water, and 100% of the proceeds would go to providing clean water. And I was intrigued, I loved the idea, and it was pretty hand in hand with whatever I was trying to organize. And in my selfishness, I said, well, he already has a plan, I don't have to organize any of it, so let's go ahead and do that. So I really was thinking about it one night, and I talked with my girlfriend, and actually she was the one who said, why don't you tell all your friends who are bartenders, and let's see if we can do something in the Alton area that, you know, will make a greater impact. And I smacked myself in the head. What a dummy I am, you know, never thought of that. And so I ended up speaking with friends that I had who bartended at Max and Tony's and Firehouse and DJ's and a number of different bars where just working in the industry, you interact with these people and, you know, you form relationships with them. And I'm extremely fortunate because these are all great people and they all wanted to help immediately. I had one of the bartenders who worked at Tony's drawing up displays that we could put in the bars, and I had a waitress who worked at Max who was going through trying to recruit other people in other bars that she knew, and it really just took a hold of itself and went from there. And we ended up having more participating bars and bartenders than anywhere else in the world. And I just thought that was great. We're a town of 36,000 and we can be, you know, 4 million population New York as far as who's going to participate in this event. And it was fantastic. We raised about $5,100. We raised 1/6 of everything that was generated in the world. And we're going to be doing it again here this next year, and hopefully double or triple or quadruple whatever we made. And with that money, actually, Lori was just speaking with me that she was following Wine to Water, the organization, and that Doc Kinley had went to Uganda and was working on a new water project, and that's some of the money that we generated here in this area. And it went directly to helping, you know, people who lack access to clean water and the knowledge of what dirty water can do to you. 1/3 of all the hospital beds in the world are filled with people who have water-related illnesses, who are drinking dirty water, and you know, all of the repercussions of that. And so I felt very fortunate and great to hear that they were able to utilize our money and actually put it to good use somewhere. That's really about all I have for you guys. I'm sorry.